Fambulem, I bring you our warmest of greetings from the TNN Media Podcast. Today, on the 17th of July, 2024, the time on my side is 21:10, 9:10 to be exact. And we got a very important guest at the studio for can talk very, very important things them. Things them we are germane to the conversation that's happening now, both at home and abroad. Without much ado, can I just introduce me guest for today, where most of you know. I mean, he's well known in the community. He's outspoken. He's been very vocal for the past many years. And there he is, no Amidu Ayoub Khanu. Amidu, welcome. When you call you Amidu, that would be fine. Welcome to the program. You said for the third time that the platform was like years, you know, like 5-6 years. And I'm very pleased to have you on, here today. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you so much.
I just get for add this in. You are one of those guys that give us platform when we start the reform process. So we
absolutely. Many thanks for that. Many thanks for that. So we've been long into this conversation, spanning back years, talking about reform, where people like you want blame we call it as if we're tight. No, we're not. We just want to see the greater good of both country, and party. Amidu, you get a few things that I want for we, talk about. Some of them, I don't want to use the word posthumously because that can appear like diamond business. And I don't want to begin for act like say asabi legal terminologies where the lawyers so I have to be careful. But all said and done, I'll be one thing with you view, I suppose that you have on this trial by a judge instead of a jury. And I think that document they did before the president now for his signature before he sent him back and go pass him. But generally, what do you think about this?
Well, both trial by jury and by judge get advantages and disadvantages. For someone that is legally minded, for instance, the trial by jury in America just after the proclamation of the slaves, or the serious the segregation at the south of America, states like Georgia and Texas and other areas. When the system really need gradual development, taking prejudice into the thinking here, or the prejudice into things we common in America during that particular time day. You get a jury let me say racist, like is the word racist, or not let black people. As soon as the black man appear before them, they find I'm already guilty because of the prejudice they wouldn't get against blacks in general. So you find out a lot of miscarriage of justice may happen with the jury. But you say it takes time. Why if it be in a real situation, you take a country like Sierra Leone, where majority of the people, let me say, they are poor. If you find yourself in a jury, you can be easily bribed. Than at the downside of it. But again, if you get a country like Sierra Leone again, where the judge, most of the judges are the government of the day, the president through the legal commission, they recommend, they appoint them. So that particular judge, they always will decide in the favor of what the government of the day wants or the president wants. You see, both things are here. It's a difficult situation for navigate, because even the Western world here, the UK here, and America, at start they find that very difficult. Which one for decide whether by, especially criminal matters, whether by jury or by judge. So it takes time before they get it correct in the side of the jury. Even in the side of the jury, it takes the time for pick the jury as if if you didn't ask you if you post code fall for a particular matter, the way they screen you for which you don't have the bench finally as a juror, it's very complex and very difficult. They try to check all your background, your history, your interest, are different with the case in question here. So I can understand the parliamentarians there. the difficulty we then get both the APC and SLPP parliamentarians there. Sierra Leone at the moment, we take a judge with the president. The president gets so much powers for appointing judges there. And let me say that a political matter, like for example, these commissions of inquiry and anti-corruption. When the government, the president need you, see that person for nail out. Either judge in the president and make it go on that bench day as it for serve as a judge. For they go against that presidency interest, difficult so, bruh. It's very difficult. So now make people who they agitate say, no, I can understand and position back. But again, if you get jurors, then we can be easily bribed or persuaded. It's difficult again, eh? Forget justice.
Yep.
So it's a lose-lose situation. But to me,
so
the best, I still prefer the jurors there for seats, rather than a particular judge when at the government or the president appoint her. It's difficult, bruh. So I prefer the jurors, personally.
Thank you for that. I mean, because yes, I mean, they try for Ghana your opinion on this particular sensitive issue, and I think you were absolutely brilliant because you make the case for all sides. But I've been one for make the case applicable, because you are absolutely right, applicable to our country. Because one of the key things they want to pick up is issues can easily be compromised in a situation or in a country where poverty is rife. Advantage, like poor people or judges can be bribed. So therefore, if you are supposed to like the Western world, the chances for like a judge, be bribed is way up there than in a country like America or United Kingdom or Western countries as a whole, where basically they are doing well, judges are paid well, and then they test them, then they look through everything. I mean, if you at any time you want to attend to something, just let me know. Just say that quickly. I can continue for do a monologue.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
yes. I still get you. I just did try for do some situation, tell people. But like,
Okay.
exactly like
So yeah.
what is, yeah. I get the mic. I can control the mic. I see an eye with me.
Okay. Brilliant stuff. So yeah. So many thanks for putting that straight. Another thing why we want to let you touch on Amidu, because it's also a legal matter, and then matter they are so critical to the security and the sanctity of the country. For the way in and express the strongest of opinions where possible. And then they talk about course, and they talk about articulation of the mind, both legal, general knowledge, and of the Auditor General, Lara, as she's fondly called. For 2.5 years, this woman was suspended by the office of the presidency. And as we know now, yes, sir, as a consequence of her daring to audit the office of the president, which a formidable organization at the time is the most office at that of the presidency and parliament. Let me talk clearly. The duty of the Auditor General, as exercised by law by the same government for all the offices there, but she got suspended from office, and for 2.5 years, a woman that was being paid by the taxpayers, her fate was kept in secret. Now later on, we reached a commission for some decision, but then the land and very of the man will be suspended in the first place. I wonder how you see all of this, Amidu.
Yeah, to be honest with you, the president's not forget transparency in the act. Now, again, the problem with the 1991 constitution, they give the president, the executive president, a lot of powers, discretionary powers or areas there. The Auditor General, for they above the executive arm here, because it is right for now one of the offices there, the institutions there, who rely on for make the leaders there, the executive people, the minister, and the president accountable to the public, to the taxpayers there. There's an issue here, please.
Okay.
Yeah, give me a few minutes, please.
Okay, that's absolutely fine.
The mic, yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Many thanks for that. Ladies and gentlemen, we talk to a true son of the soil, a reformer in many respects. Amidu Ayoub Khanu. I therefore apologizing in behalf because this interview is being conducted between him having an appointment of some serious magnitude and whilst he still agreed to go ahead with the interview. So we lose them in and out if una no mind. But the things they will about today are very serious. So before I move on to the next issue, or hopefully John, I just introduce that to Ramona. The main body of this conversation is I want to brush over the same thing that we'll talk about earlier. You see, what in the happening at the country is really, really unfair to the bulk of the masses of our people. And some people are hell-bent on making this argument APC versus SLPP or vice versa, SLPP versus APC. Like saying that the two we know saying that the two major parties them. Like saying that the two parties the normal way they. Or now the argument down there. I disagree fundamentally. When party they na power, the business of the opposition now foreshadow that party they, hold them accountable for things they want to do right, because when they talk about the service to public or public services, decision then where you supposed to make, we will benefit the country and then they benefit. And now they talk about all sides. The idea is the people that within a power now, it happened to be the Sierra Leone People's Party. And the Sierra Leone People's Party then get the obligation towards the people for deliver in public services. And they made many of them promises then they when they want the people and consent. I mean, do anything where you back, just feel free for jump right into the conversation.
Okay. I've been around for a while.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So anyway, Amidu is back, so I just want to go straight to the point because this interview is time frame, and at some point we'll have to let the gentleman go.
Yeah.
So Amidu, I just want
on the issue of Laura Taylor, I see this the unfairness on the whole thing, and I know good for the way the taxpayer then as Sierra Leone and the police cast is for all we leaders they're accountable, especially the executive branch here. And I can understand Laura Taylor in position here because she's a member too for another professional organization like the accountancy and the audit service, both the UK and Sierra Leone. So if there is an issue, real value, because it stands for lose in license of practice as an accountant, and then we withdraw in name if something like corruption or embezzlement or fraud take place, especially incompetence here. So he standing not only losing his job in Sierra Leone, but him like Palo, so the bar you remove you from the roles. So there is possibility back for Laura Taylor in that position. So I can sympathize with her on that side. And also the government, to be honest with you, the president, that should not be his role. Now till we go for look, I hope so the reviewed constitution will take that into consideration. It will give the president so much powers. My brother here, Prince.
Yeah.
That should not be the work of the president. If there is something, the Taylor accountants, the anti-corruption key investigator, then they get opportunity for defend himself or get a representation legally. Why the president for involved through the constitution is beyond me. And beyond even the SLPP people there, to be honest with you, if they're the opposition, former presidents and like Kuruma do that, or any other president, they will oppose it. They will be all over this place, crying, foul, injustice, too much extreme powers. Yeah. Why will not for try for the president for put hand party or the office of the president for put hand on this? I did beyond me comprehension. I cannot fast from it going. The decision, everything they have subjected this lady into. So it's even though there are issues, what I feel say are from a question the woman, but compare her with the way she has been treated as a professional. Especially me and you who know how forgetting certificates they are, the professional certificates, how difficult it is academically, then financially. Yeah. So for let's stand that way, they for go lose that license there or that certificate there. through a process we no fear, he had trained him. It is happening.
Yeah.
So to be honest, as a human being, first and foremost, becoming a human being, I don't study now. I know how difficult it is financially. I know how difficult it is to study. You have to refill, you do some modules and you do them again, because some modules they need to get 60% and above for pass them. So I know how difficult it is professionally to get those certificates. I feel like you can't lose them. They stand a chance for lose them through a process we no fear. My brother is art trending and this happening. When now Monday will get that opportunity there again for all those things. So we need, I hope so they review constitution, the one they review right now, both the parliamentarians and the other bodies there for looking into this situation when the president should intervene in short, especially the Auditor General, the person with the police arm. He should not have control over him or her, to be honest with you. Because she or the office, the auditor office is the office that is supervising the office of the president's expenditures. The president don't forget control, overall control or discretionary powers over that office there. Because once that discretionary powers or even direct powers, it's not good for the democracy, it's not good for accountability.
Yeah, Amidu. Well said. But I'll pick up on one or two things where I hope say you will address before I segue into the main conversation for this evening, which is you say you get one or two issues with the former Auditor General, but not equivalent to the kind of punitive measures that's been waged against her, which
she's been subjected to.
Yes, subjected to. But I was just interested in
because
which one of the
smearing and blackmailing she's under now.
Yeah, which is true. I've been just for the benefit of the general public who they listen, I've been just interested in you if you can tell me what are the things the things you get me gist, yeah? Okay, good.
Yeah, I have it. For take the office of the Umayor Akisoya, subject her to proper auditing. Understand me?
Okay.
Again, that's again just now like the anti-corruption. Where we see you remember doing the fake degree scandal, eh?
Yeah,
you remember the anti-corruption boss is using discretionary powers, not for go into that area. And Taylor Pierce may have to that discretion or not. The evidence is not enough. There are issues there, but at the end of the day, that is not enough to subject her to this type of treatment, unfair treatment. I had the time for talk about.
Okay.
The same thing, Ben Kelfala, we have an issue. I attacked him on Facebook, on WhatsApp. Even though it's someone that we're having sometimes a friendly conversation, but when that fake degree scandal came up, he failed to investigate the matter, and we were on Twitter, me and him, for 48 hours. At the end of the day, he blocked me. Then later on, I reminded him, I said, he blocked me on Twitter because he failed to investigate those fake degrees. He said they are not part of that. I said, but they use those degrees to acquire jobs.
Exactly. And how dare
he didn't investigate them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And later they promoted them. So it's something like that. So if Ben Kelfala didn't do that and he still kept his job, what about Laura Therapios? What is the difference here?
Yeah, that's a brilliant comparison there made, and that was quite telling on the SEC. Then again, you have to see who were involved in the fake degree scandal. If you don't know
ministers,
the fake degrees
the clerk of parliament
used to obtain a job, that was quite telling. But history will judge us. We'll leave it. But again, that take me to not to the real part of the conversation, but again, the issue of the constitution of review and the review committee where they are now. All of this we don't say so. The people we seem for they in charge are the same people, who have conflicting position. Get this constitutional review that the thing they will look forward to, like for example, watering down the powers of the president. And as Kroma will not have done it, he didn't do it. Do you think Madabio will do that?
But they're in their second term. This is the perfect opportunity for them to water down the powers of this executive arm of our government in the second term. Because don't forget, tomorrow, if you or high came into power with these same powers, the same constitution.
Yeah.
That's why I told some people one day, I said, even the Mufti in Saudi Arabia or the Pope in the Vatican, Italy, Rome, I said, with the constitution of Sierra Leone, I say they will become a monster, or one of them will become a monster, because the powers are too much for the president. Everything, virtually everything. And the other thing in the gaps, which we call them in law lacuna, these gaps are filled by executive powers. The executive powers, they are discretionary power, my brother. Discretionary. That at the will, at my own will. I'm a human being. I'm selfish. Every human being is selfish. So if you give me a lot of discretionary powers,
or abuse it,
or prerogative powers, the tendency for me to abuse them is so great.
Yeah.
Just imagine the way the absolute monarchy was here during the 16th century or 17th century. Britain have to fight 3 wars, and King Charles II head was chopped off. For Parliament to become that for the people to have say, and the monarchy become constitutional monarchy. It's to reduce the power, this discretionary power, these prerogative powers. And normally in court, after a judge have a discretionary power in a statute or a case law, for the judge to use that discretionary powers, they will even tell you in what circumstances, situation you can use this discretionary power. So for we to have a lot of gaps in the Constitution, 1991 Constitution, and they are filled by discretionary prerogative powers, it's not progressive, it's not patriotic. We human beings can abuse any human being. That's why I use the example of the Pope or the Mufti, because he's a human being and he can abuse those powers, certainly. So if we're really honest and sincere, the president now, President Bill, because he's not going to stay there forever. Even an SLPP president might turn around and do something that is against him tomorrow. There is no guarantee in that. Don't talk of an APC president. So it's better for him to do the fair thing and dilute the powers of the president, my brother. If not, we're going to come back to this circle tomorrow, or next 5 years, or next year. And so it's after 5 years or 4 years' time. Because of the same problem, because we are not honest. And that's the same thing that is affecting us APC today. After this field, I've spent a lot of money in reviewing this the late Justice Kawan Constitution. Our former president, I think he didn't even table it in cabinet. He just cherry-picked certain parts of that revised constitution by Justice Kawan, the late Justice Kawan, and table it in Parliament the last day of 2018, before before Parliament closed for the elections in 2018, which was unfair to the process. And Madabio is still on that track again, making mistakes. And this will come to bite the SLPP again tomorrow. Or even if it's an SLPP government in the future, with these same powers, it will affect them. It will affect the SLPP, just like the way it affects Sam Sumana under President Kuruma. We are all APCs, but certain a faction of the APC didn't believe that the president has powers. For example, Dr. Abdoulaye Conte, the president didn't have the power to sack the vice president. But because of the lacuna, the gaps in the 1991 Constitution, the Supreme Court deems it necessary that it's better for the president to sack the vice president, because there's a possibility for the vice president, then Sam Sumana, to join another political party. That's the only requirement. So they didn't feel that, no, that gap can be filled by let the president have the power to get rid of the vice president. And we went to ECOWAS court, and the ECOWAS court said no. So this is a problem if we don't dilute the powers of the president. And
thank you. Yeah, and thank you very much, Amidu. You made such a brilliant case there. And this is unprecedented. And I hope the government will listen, because they have an historic opportunity now. You know, myself not been thinking about this. So I'm quite impressed. The idea is this is a second term of the presidency. So they get an opportunity for water down and do the right thing with the Constitution so that future governments go get for honor this thing, we go be like a level or almost a level playing field, in which then if they were to lose power, there will be an opportunity through the laws of the land for take back power, because the institutions will be working. The law will
the
work.
institutions. Yeah.
Yeah.
You move the powers from the president's office and put them in the institutions.
In
the
the
police,
institutions,
the courts.
that's what it is. Erase this lacuna them or reduce them if you can't erase them. Mitigate them. You know?
Put them in parliament. Let the parliament handle them. Let the police handle them. Let the courts handle them.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's
thank
better
you so
for
much.
me and you tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. That's a brilliant point. Amidu, I want to segue into something where we don't capture the nation.
Is the lighting okay? Because I'm seeing some dark. Can I put the light?
No, it's dark. Yeah, I don't know.
I can increase the light, eh?
Yeah, you can increase the light, yeah. But we started earlier, the lighting was good. I mean, the brother made such a brilliant point. And I really hope that the government is listening and the government will take, advantage of that second time in power. I mean, like I said, I want to segue into the main conversation, I will not get beaucoup time, which is a talk where we don't grip the nation for many, many months, over 6 months, 7 months. And you sabi with salon people them. Once we don't catch talk, they make them fashionable. And this talk now around the tripartite. Yeah. To me, as far as I'm concerned, of course, I'm hosting, but I do have an opinion as well. And sometimes I can decide for stay away from your opinion, but sometimes I do exercise those opinions. But as far as I'm concerned,
and it's very good. It's very good to have an opinion and communicate that opinion.
Absolutely.
That's a way of progress. Because if you have your opinion, you don't communicate it, you don't put it on the table, you don't argue it or defend it. How can we progress?
Absolutely. So my question to you, Amidu, again, like I've asked most of my guests that were appear in the last couple of weeks, what's your take on this tripartite? How you see this entire tripartite? And I want to let you give me both the legality of it, a holistic approach to how you see them.
Yeah, I want to answer in an angle of an APC and the Sierra Leonean.
Yes, please. Exactly.
You understand, eh?
Yeah.
Because it's a political thing more than a legal thing.
Okay.
So as an activist, I want to answer it in a political way instead of a legal way, a legal angle, and the politically here. That means
okay. Amidu, that makes something clear quickly. Yes, I agree and accept the way you want for answer, and the reason why I put legality inside after they know before they do me being a feel say, and like I say, I'm no lawyer, just basic reading. I've been feel say for run in tandem with the Constitution, because this now huge agreement will get a lasting impact on the country. An election was allegedly stolen. As a consequence of that, they went into talks, government and opposition. And then above all of this, the laws of the land is there. But it doesn't seem like it was given due consideration and segue away from the law. If you remember, we'll be get we interregnum, we then go sign them, peace treaty them, now Lome, this, that. They begin for consider the laws them of the land. You can't just bypass the law. So now that's what I mean. But yes.
Let me interject here again. What about the Truth and Reconciliation reports?
Yeah, that's another one. But
because that's why I don't want to focus on the legal aspects of this thing. Because the Truth and Reconciliation reports try for advisory on the way forward. And we will reverse back. We've gone back. We've acted against the spirit and purpose of the Truth and Reconciliation reports, which be chaired or co-chaired by a lawyer in the form of the former Auditor General under NPRC and under our APC government, Mr. Kagbo. What is the first name again?
No,
Kagbo, the former Attorney General under President.
Yeah, that's fine. We can move on.
Frank Kagbo.
Yeah, Frank. Yeah.
He was the Secretary General of the Truth and Reconciliation reports. So there was some legality there. But did we respect that report in the years that have gone by? No. We betrayed that report.
The answer is no. But yes, go ahead and answer and the way you want answer and be just to say that. And again,
I know the legal aspect of it. But again, if I want to put that thing briefly aside, There are
Please do.
laws in Sierra Leone in the Electoral Act that deals with if someone tries to manipulate the election, if someone wants to tamper with the elections. You understand it? If those laws are not clear, our parliamentarians should go to parliament, try to address those issues. The problem is not that we don't have laws. The problem is that we are so reckless, we don't respect laws. We have enough laws. Yeah, the laws are there, my brother. We are just being reckless and lawless. The Electoral Act deals with all these situations, and the Constitution and other acts, like the Anti-Corruption Act. But because we are not sincere and honest to our people or to our Constitution, and trying to be patriotic to our country, we just losing our way. From the political angle, that's why I said I want to focus on the political aspect of the tripartite as an APC person and a patriotic Sierra Leone, or a progressive APCian and a patriotic Sierra Leone. As a progressive in APC aspect here, to be honest with you, my brother, the tripartite is a waste of time for us. Because the 1 year we've spent on it, that 1 year, or 6 months of that 1 year could have been used to restructure our party and try to learn our lessons where we went wrong in the last election, and try to suggest better ways of winning an election. This is not anything about Dr. Samuel Kamara being the president or the head of state or the flag bearer of APC. Dr. Samuel, as I told you, you remember our first interview, is a victim like most of us. He's a victim like me here and the other APC people. But that does not protect him from the biases in the APC system. And it's unfolding now. Section of the APC executive is against him because they think that they are the one that made him. They are the one that made him to emerge as flag bearer. That they use the bias system, the crook system, the dodgy system in the APC to portray him as the flag bearer, to have him as a flag bearer, or for him to emerge as a flag bearer. Dr. Samuel then thinking they were.
Okay, we just lost the we just lost the brother there briefly. And like I've been saying again, the brother is caught up in a very important meeting in this interview. And we agree say he will do one because he gets small money in hand. So we go to monitor the brother in and out. We go, okay, I think he's back.
I'm with you.
Back. Yeah, okay, you can continue from where you were, Amidu.
Hello?
Yeah, Amidu, you can continue from where you were with the Yeri.
Hello?
Amidu, you hear me?
I think the volume has gone.
Yeah, maybe now you side, check your side. Me the hear you. I'm making hear you. Okay. So while the border they try for sort out in volume, I mean, even they strike a very, very decent chord just now about Dr. Samora Kamara and how the very people that we make them are now trying to. Yeah, Amidu, are they hearing you? You hear me? You hear me? So you need to come out and come back in. Out, in. Maybe that will help. Okay, so the brother is having a problem with the microphone. Hopefully he comes out and in, and that hopefully will solve the problem. Amidu, if you hear me, anytime when you come back, just talk. No say you don't come and you hear me, and I will bring you right back on. But if you make a very brilliant point, the machine.
Yeah,
okay, I've
got you now.
You hear me now?
Okay. Okay. It was the call that I was trying to cancel. Someone was interrupting.
No, that's fine. So you were making a very brilliant point. Will you continue, please?
Yeah, Dr. Samura is a victim, as I've stated already, because of a system. When the system is crooked, don't try to protect that system. That system will come back to bite you, as it's biting him now. You understand? People last 2 years thinking that Dr. Samura owes them. You understand? And they are the one that made him. And now, if they can undermine him, you understand? Eh? So that's what I say. As a progressive APC, the tripartite 1 year is a waste of time for us. We as APCians should have used this 1 year or 6 months 6 months out of the 1 year to see where we went wrong and try to take corrective measures. But we are failing to do that. And it's more than 1 year now. So coming back to the old day of the tripartite, as I was trying to say, it's not good for any faction of the APC. Whether you're a progressive, whether you're a reformer, whether you're pro-establishment or not, the only person that it will benefit is President Bio and the SLPP. And the factions in the APC, let me say this to everybody. This is an analogy is so closer to home. You remember during the convention of 2017, the APC convention?
Yeah.
When there were so many factions,
Yeah.
Different camps. You remember?
Yes.
Yes. So those camps or those factions, who benefited? Is President Nkrumah. He benefited by having what he wants, by imposing the person he wants. So these different factions, this is an open secret now. Each faction is brokering a deal with President Bio or the SLPP authorities. And that's the exact situation President Bio and the SLPP wants us. For different factions in the APC to broker deal with him. Because at the end of the day, he will promise a Camp A, Camp B, Camp C, Camp D. At the end of the day, he will impose anyone he wants from his own side. Because our party is divided. So those in the APC now brokering deal with President Bio, thinking he's going to help them. Come 2028, or those people, or even 2032 or 2033, they are playing with death in their hands, or frustration, or disappointment. So it's better for us to put our house in order, open this APC party, allow members to register and vote for the leaders they want. That's the only way, rather than going behind closed doors, brokering different things with different SLPP people or President Bio here. It's not going to help us. Even Dr. Samura.
Okay, Amidu.
Hold on, let me land, please. Even Dr. Samura, if he thinks that because him and President Bio are worshiping in the same Catholic church, President Bio going to have sympathy for him, it's a joke. It's not going to work. President Bio is a politician. He prefer
so
settle for
the question what we want to ask Amidu is,
yes,
never mind, they come to this part, you're fast forwarding to something we come to. But before we come to that part there, remember you build the story, but we not end the story before you go to where you are now, which is you have sensed blood. You say Dr. Samura is no longer relevant. I put them in your own way, because you say the machine will build them, that machine they don't turn against them. Will you break down for the public how this is true, how this is so? Because say we get people out there, we still believe that there's going to be a rerun. We still believe, say, Dr. Samura is the guy, and etc. So do you have broke that down for Pambule when you miss it?
Well, before the elections, before the convention and the election, there is a faction in the APC called Team Hay, which is made up of Abu Kagbo, the present leader of our party in parliament, the former leader, Cherry Kuku, that is his running mate, Cherno Ramadan Ba, Mohamed Cherno Ramadan Ba, which we normally call as Cherry Kuku, and the former president, and mostly his kitchen cabinet, because the kitchen cabinet is the most powerful cabinet, the kitchen cabinet in Makeni. These are the ones that formed it.
Quick one. Who that coined this phrase? What did this phrase exactly mean? Kitchen cabinet.
The team A, they are the ones. This team A, to be honest with you, is the core group that should formed by these people I've called, but mostly by the kitchen cabinet of Ernest Nkrumah in Makeni. And the kitchen cabinet is normally the most powerful cabinet than the formal cabinets, because that is where the core advisors are, the kitchen cabinets. So those are the people that are powerful in any country have that situation, this type of thing. It's not only unique to Sierra Leone or Africa. You have kitchen cabinet everywhere. They are the main advisors of the government or the president or the prime minister. So these are the ones that coin this thing for the legacy of the former president to continue, or the stranglehold of the former president of the APC party to continue. That's why they formed this Team A. And Team A here, to be honest with you, made us all victims, including the former flag bearer, according to the constitution of APC, Dr. Samuel Kamara. And Dr. Samuel Kamara, before the election, he became aware of it, that they are just using him. They don't want him to become president. So that's why I'm saying Dr. Samuel is a victim like all of us. But thinking that he will outsmart them and beat them on their own game. So he was playing along. But he knew that these people don't want him to become president. They've undermined him in 2018, and they continue to undermine him in 2023, thinking that he will not survive. You understand it? But the thing, and this same machinery now, as I said, that made him flag bearer, the delegates, because they are the one in charge of the delegates. The present delegates are controlled by Team A. That the faction of the former president Cheri Koko, the one he made for Dr. Samuel Kamara, Chernoba, known as Cheri Koko, and Abdul Kabu, and the kitchen cabinet in Makeni. So these are the people that made Dr. Samuel Kamara, and the core of them just using Dr. Samuel Kamara, because they gave Dr. Samuel Kamara all the wrong advices not to win election. Dr. Samuel Kamara.
Amidu, are you saying that the doctor is not smart enough for know this, that he's being used, or are you implying that he knows but he's just playing along? Which?
He played along thinking he can beat them on their game.
Aha, okay.
He played along. He is aware, like most of us are aware. And most of the people screaming on radio, television today, they are aware that Dr. Samuel Kamara was never intended to become president. They are aware of it. That's why some of us back off. Say, I cannot go and waste my time and resources for someone that is being undermined. They don't want him to become president. They are just playing with him. That's why Dr. Samuel Kamara, you see the campaign team, the campaign manager, he has his own team. Throughout the campaign, you know, the campaign manager was Honorable Kombo. But did you hear Honorable Kombo on the radio, as a campaign manager, on television, giving interview, press, the newspaper? No. Where did you say campaign manager did not appear in front of television or radio or newspaper interview? It's unheard of. The campaign manager was silent throughout the campaign period. Nobody had him. No one. Nobody. He didn't go on radio, on television, or newspaper. So these are the things that happened. But the former flag bearer got his own kitchen cabinet again, if I can use the word again, to balance it. He got his own advisors because he knew that he's being undermined here. And the Team A, they are aware of this. They are aware that this man already knew our plan. So that's why you see people are abusing him, that he's been ungrateful to the former president. He's been ungrateful to Mr. A. He's been ungrateful to Mrs. B or Miss B, because they are the ones that made him. Because the man already knew, that he already aware that these same people that made him don't want him to have the ultimate prize here. But those times they were saying the reformers this, the reformers that, the reformers the one disturbing. But presently, the same people that were attacking us, making us lying to us, they are lying against us. They are the one now that are saying, well, the reformers at least they were straightforward. They were the honest people in this party. They want a level playing field, a playing ground. That's where Dr. Samuel again made a blunder. This whole election process.
Okay.
For the sake of unity, he should have just allowed, because he got the votes. He got the vote of Team A. He got the vote of all the other factions in the party for him to emerge as the flag bearer. There would have been an opportunity for the party to open up, allow all the candidates or the people that want to contest for the flag bearer, allow them to contest.
Okay, Amidu.
Yeah.
You make a good point there, but I want to talk about the general. Of course, you said the tripartite was a complete, kind of waste of time.
Yeah,
Waste of time. Of course, that will go down in history. It was a complete waste of time, and we get the benefit of hindsight. We see how it play out. So therefore, we all know
we have laws. We have laws in Sierra Leone that covers all the recommendations, all the 80 recommendations. They are in the laws of Sierra Leone.
I get you. They quickly run out of time, and I will touch on that briefly. But I just want to ask, having said all of which you say within the last, a few minutes, what did you think when it came to the elections? Did you think the APC lost the elections? Did you think Mada Bio won the elections?
The 55% threshold is too high for a county like Sierra Leone for someone to emerge on the first rounds and get 55%, above 55%. We are so polarized, so divided. So for someone in the first ballot to emerge with 55% and above, my brother, is impossible.
Okay. So both parties are misleading the nation or their supporters when both sides claim.
Both parties here have been dishonest since 1996.
Okay.
Since 1996, when Kaifa Smart lost the election, the late Ahmed Tijan Kaba emerged as the leader. Though it turned out to be a better leader, a good leader, but that elections that's where the mess started. So if the APC and SLPP were honest, they should have corrected that issue after 1996 elections. Yeah. But they didn't. They didn't correct the election. That particular this disaggregated data issue should have been resolved there and then after 1996. But both parties, between me and you, both parties have used that loophole to put election malpractice in place. Both parties have benefited from it. Both factions have benefited from it. All the presidents from 1996 to 2018 have benefited. They are all just crocodile tears, my brother. That's an issue that should have been addressed since 1996 after Kaifa Smart was, let me say, the election was rigged against him.
Okay.
So
Amidu, again, you're a legal-minded person. And I mean, when I say legal, I mean proper legal. This is not your profession. So, me question again to you regarding the disaggregated list, procedural impropriety. Wait till me to understand that the election laws prior to 2018 and post 2018, it did say explicitly how the disaggregated list for come out, how they pronounce them, how they for do that. But remember, the election laws were amended. You get the Public Election Act, we're going to Parliament, I believe, 2022. And what you need to understand what happened inside there is that section we talk about the procedures, where the collected results, the tabulated results should be released district by district, police station by police station, was watered down or was tampered with. So this did not get any case in there when they asked for them. I wonder what's your thoughts on this, Amidu?
Yes, exactly. You put in a better way for the layman to understand. You captured it well. The procedures for displaying results, then police station, then in a layman's, and they messed that process up deliberately. That from 1996 to 2023, we didn't learn our lesson, my brother. And there are golden opportunities to have corrected that thing, that particular disaggregated results. Because if fair enough for we as educated people, and me and you, go on the website of ECSL, know the word results, now a particular constituency. If fair enough, if I click the mouse, if I want to know the results for, like, we'll come on for basic filter. If I want to know the results for Seaside, that can to Dovecot, I click the mouse. I for no, I click the constituency. Yes.
Yeah.
But deliberately, like I said, the dishonesty, the lack of sincerity among the political players from 1996. This is a tool everybody has been using. All of us have benefited from it. both political parties.
Yeah.
So it's just cocoa that tears they are shedding. Just for progress, not for take over the nation. What's in bad for let ECSL capture police station results? What is the harm behind that? What is so difficult? For let we get, because it's so as somebody was studying accounting. Sorry. You get sorry, the details they here. Before constituency 73 announced, all the words in our constituency 73 results then for day. And then what results then they make up constituency 23.
Yeah.
The only constituencies there, now that districts they add up together for give you the district votes. Is that difficulty? Is that
no, it's not for the rocket science.
Or rocket science? It's so very easy. Just say no more this constituency, the word, there are 5 words or 7 words in this constituency. Word 1 to 7, each word got this votes. Who they see them?
Yeah.
Which is so bad.
I mean, again, Amidu, you are absolutely right. It's not supposed to be rocket science, not trigonometry. Yeah, just simple and straightforward. But because there's an intent.
This is all word. The disaggregated is another word for it is the word result. The words. Each polling station are a word they give you. Each polling station are a word. Each word they give you the constituency. Each constituency they give you districts.
Yeah.
This is not rocket science, my brother.
No, straightforward. But because again, there's an intent on all sides for the process and benefits from the process. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amidu, obviously, on the basis of the same disaggregated list, when they go into this conversation or this talks about tripartite, my understanding, largely the documents are out there for people and for peruse. But my understanding is the disaggregated issue list was not available for conversation on an output and like when you go into a conversation, you use some things then for leverage. My understanding is it wasn't used, it wasn't tabled. I wonder whether you're a similar thing or you're aware or am I wrong?
I'm aware of it. I'm aware of it. And the Electoral Commissioner Mohamed Kone was invited, was questioned over that. And according to him, he said he addressed the issue through listening. So while listening up at the interview, he said, is the APC that our party kicked against ECSL capturing polling station results. Then the journalist asked him why. He said because we APC say if the ECSL captured the polling station results and send it to iCloud, ECSL will use their IT experts to change the numbers. You understand, eh?
Yeah.
That's why they kicked against. They don't want ECSL to capture the police station results. That's the excuse Kone gave. He says, so the police station results goes to the ward. So it's the ward now that is responsible for that. At the end of the day, ECSL can only get what they say, the constituency results and district results. So the police station results, let me repeat it again. According to Kone, he said the political party APC kicked against them capturing it in their own database, fearing that ECSL would change the figures. And he said one of the election experts had said, okay, if the opposition don't want you to capture the polling station results, is that an issue? Why don't we accept to their demand and let's move on? And that's what he said in the interview before the publication of the Tripartite report. He said this was before the election. So he said, okay, he yielded to the demands of the APC that ECSL should not capture the polling station results. So it's for us now to ask our representative in that meeting, did you kick against the capturing of the polling station results by ECSL? You understand? Because at the end of the day, we are asking them for disaggregated results. And we've kicked against them capturing the police station results, which is this part of the disaggregated results, the core part of the disaggregated results. So ECSL should have getting all the police stations results, all of them, if we allow them to capture the police station results. You see the issue? This is a problem. And the only thing about the tripartite again, it ends before we even started, because it depends on the terms of reference we signed. That's why I say it was a waste of time. We signed a document that the communique that Dr. Samura signed, Dr. Moige signed, the chief minister, and the international community signed. We signed a document that read that election review will take place for the past elections since 2007, 2012, 2018, 2023. So it's not a process that only reviewed in 2023. It reviewed 4 elections and to make recommendations
for future elections.
Yes, election for future elections. And all the recommendations they made, they are already in our laws, because there's something we call in law the spirit of the law, the purpose of the law. All those recommendations, they are not directly legislated for, but there is a law in the Electoral Act and the Constitution that the spirit of that law or clause or phrase captured that recommendation.
Yeah.
So that's why some of us are saying the whole process is a waste of time. Because we signed a document, we should have insisted that, because even the APC recommendation was just an appendix, just like the European Union election report, AU election report, Marcela Samba new election report. All these things are appendix. So the main report is the recommendation and the fact finding. Apart from these appendixes, they are pending in the reports. So is the communique we signed, the terms of reference of that communique, that's where everything went. That's why some of us are questioning the sincerity of our former flag bearer, Dr. Samuel Kamara, and our representative in the tripartite, that is Dr. Kelfala Mara, Prince Study, and others. Because they read this document, they know what they signed. What they signed, is there any election runoff, or coronating Dr. Samuel Kamara? Hell no. No, it's not there.
Hell no. Or they keep telling, giving the people hope that this is the case, that at some point, this is the seat, 404, not even 401, and this is completely wrong. Finish your thoughts there.
Let's just, if a leader wants to lead his country, any set of leaders there, those in the committee, because they're all thinking of leading Sierra Leone. Not only Dr. Samuel Kamara, all these people I've mentioned, they are thinking one day to lead Sierra Leone. If they don't have the courage to tell their supporters, the APC, the truth of what they signed, because they can read and write, they should have read this document and say, no, please, that document we are signed, what we sign, the work on, we run no they do, run off no they do. Now, for election, they will change the laws, they also will go back wrong. This should have been communicated or breaking down to the lowest denominator, that all the local languages, that the tension of the present tension or the past tension should not have materialized. And we APC for don't try for we structure party or even not go against the constitution. Because the constitution of APC say 6 months after the elections, even if you have a case in the Supreme Court, after 6 months, you are no longer the leader. That even became an issue with some of the...
So I mean, we come to that, and that go end we show. You way ahead of me in this conversation, but thank you so much for that. The question what I want to ask, just before we go forward is, you already make the case, but directly, are you implying, or you think in any shape, way, or form that the opposition be relying too much or heavily on international partners, developmental partners, or moral guarantors, or democratic guarantors? They did rely on them too much, and
yes.
Okay, so
Dr. Samura, that was the advice given to him by the Kitchen Cabinet in McKinney, of former President Ernest Bai Koroma. Now, even some people that say they duped Dr. Samura, believing that the international community is here to help him to win the election of regime change. Understand? We rely on the international community heavily for this election, and thereby taking certain districts, a particular district not important, the Kono district here, comparing Kono to a chiefdom in one of our stronghold chiefdom is unfair, is disrespectful, my brother. Kono is a very important district. We should never compare Kono with a chiefdom in Putloko, Lokomasama, or a chiefdom in Wood District, or a chiefdom in Bombali. That is complete disrespect. And all these boys from relying on the international community. The international community make win this election. This is not important. No worry. We don't need for campaign throughout the country. You see, I have to hit this point again. There was a question in Cambia district. A lady questioned our flag bearer, Dr. Samuel Kamara, about the price control. As an economist, a financial expert, that is an important question to have nailed the campaign economically, because the country is suffering economically, and there is an economic question. Then you and an economist, renowned economist in Sierra Leone and outside, you have a question that is a killer for your opponents. And what happened? We end up scoring a spectacular goal against us. Instead of using that opportunity to nail why the prices are going out of control in Sierra Leone, we'll make it as a joke, fun, words I will not repeat in your program. So we shot ourselves in our legs, man. All because of relying in the international community. And the international community, these are business people that secure their own interests. For them, it's about their own interests, not the interest of Sierra Leone. We've seen how it's being displayed. Look the way Mother Bio and his wife are attacking the Americans in the American soil.
Exactly.
How Mother Bio went to America and attacked America. Fatima Bio went to America, Harvard, the cradle of education in America, went there and attacked the Americans or the West. We are just joking and laughing. We have the opportunity. And our former president did not campaign with our flag bearer. Look, Liberia, upon where the former president, the former president there and his the party, the opposition leader, she campaigned with him 24/7 everywhere. Where was Dr. Nesbai Kuruma when Samuel was struggling, campaigning? No show. Not enough money.
Exactly, Amidu. And we quickly they run out of time. I guess so much what I want for cover, but I believe I go get for publicly ask you for coming in another day, because I'm unable, because of time factor for cover, always on for cover. But going forward, Amidu, most of the proposal or proposed law them where they land at the president in desk, Lara Taylor Pierce, tripartite agreement. I mean, they ask the arsonist for investigate the fire. Let we say, as a matter of principle, it go end up na parliament. And I believe say the parliament, me not a parliamentarian as well, not understand very well, but I believe say they need a 2/3 majority for pass some of them things they are into law. Where the president
if they are entrenched.
But the idea is the president or the party in power seem for already get the 2/3, or they're able for manipulate or maneuver. Forget the 2/3 majority where they need for pass these things. What's
they have the paramount chiefs. They have the paramount chiefs and their own leaders. Yeah. And they're starting off having 10 MPs from our own side, always 10 or 8 or 10 MPs or 5 MPs. Because we only need 4 MP from our side, forget 2/3.
So thank you very much for that, Amidu. And again, it seems like at this point, so it's no longer about Dr. Samora Kamara. It's not really, it's no longer really about the All People's Congress, but much more about the country. But yes, the APC, they negotiate with the party in power. Do you think compromises need for being made, like going forward, APC need for put their foot down and say, okay, enough is but a new leadership? In other words, that's my question. You feel that there should be, because you're a reformist, you're an activist and a reformist, you think that need for be a new leadership?
A new leadership is a must. MUST.
A new leadership is a must.
Is a must. So refreshing things. We need a breath of fresh air. And it has to be democratically. Imagine. So people just forget the sincerity in them. Say, look, I've been compromised. Understand?
When you say democratically, let me just push back on that quickly because I want for let family understand this, including myself. When you say democratically emerged or elected, the last time are you questioning that process? They say it not being democratic. Are you asking?
No, definitely. Yeah, it was not. It was
so you
not
are asking for something more transparent, than
transparent.
The last.
Allow the members there, APC members then vote. So me you so we name not in our APC list right now. If we check properly. so allow APC members in Freetown or everywhere in the world. To be honest with you, the UK was among the top Democrats as far as APC concerned. The election at the UK was free and fair, no matter what. The process was genuine. So kudos to Abu Kabia and others that conducted that election. But we know what happened at Freetown. First, you will be councillor for APC or former MP. He named not in a register for votes for campaign stuff or for allow. They tell that place, but he named not in a. We not saying a APC. So what's a system way better than that? Yeah, it happen at Pusloko, it happen at Cambia, it happen at Freetown. Now, true, you say in an APC councillor, we don't give you symbol, but this process at this time around, you name not in the list. Because they're not saying vote for them at the
convention. Anyway, the final question to you, Amidu. I mean, this has been a fascinating interview for me. I really enjoy every aspect of it. I feel that you fill me in on many things. Them way, I'm kind of novice on, but brilliantly said. But the question is still border around going forward because then the question, where we capture on this particular program. Tripartite agreement, post-tripartite recommendations, where you make clear all of it today is our constitution already, so it was a complete waste of time. So the party on the opposite, do we need a new leadership? Of course, you've said yes, but I want to ask you finally on this yes, as an activist, as a reformist, can you design a way how the party for go forward in the election or for future leadership, and what exactly you Amidu they look at, because the party is hugely divided. I'm sure we will agree on this: team A, team B, team C, team D. Yeah. What of course we know what you hope for, but how do we go about it?
Just a fair process. Allow the members, democratically, allow the people in Adolf Court for choose the chairman, the chairwoman, the secretary general. Allow them no more. Let them do that. If you allow them to do that, all man they become satisfied. Allow the members there for register and pay the subscription there. Will they get money through that back? Just allow the process for flow. If it don't cost people anyone, they pay 10,000, 5,000 for months. How about money than they will?
Absolutely.
They give them the power for vote for the chairman. You give them the power for vote for the representative in a parliament or for contest for get symbol. That's the only way we will resolve a problem. But these individual deals with the president of the day or the government of the day, now suicide. Now suicide. Now we APC come at the table, allow people there. That first program where Abdallah Timbo agitate for March the membership list. Now we get a structured membership, a database whereby the people then will get access for membership card and pay the dues there, the monthly dues or yearly dues. Let us not ask who that you get for vote for before we give you membership card. Let us knock that off. Let us ask, APC 2-3 people and confirm that they are citizens APC, register them. Not ask who that you get for vote for. That's not democracy. Please, let us just allow the process.
Yeah. I'm tempted for ask you any final word. I know we've concluded this interview, or maybe you get one final appeal for me.
No, that's the final appeal I make to membership.
Wonderful.
The only way out for us is not by brokering deals with SLPP government or President Bio. President Bio interest is not to settle the APC. President Bio's interest is to create chaos in the APC for SLPP to continue ruling us. So we
but
APC
he's succeeding, isn't it?
He's succeeding. He's succeeding. Because of so many interests, so many people that are compromised, that have been compromised through the commissions of inquiry, through anti-corruption, they still want to be in charge of the APC. If you have been compromised through these things, through the commissions of inquiry, through the anti-corruption and other legal matters, just stand back, give way to fresh people with credibility and integrity to come in and bring the APC in. When the APC is in, even if you are no longer a minister, but you have your peace of mind. And with that democratic thing we've been practicing now, we will translate it nationally. Because now we respect laws, we respect APC, and we respect Sierra Leoneans. We respect the APC constitution, we respect Sierra Leone constitution. Because you cannot give what you don't have. For me to give you £10, Prince, I must have £10. If I'm not a Democrat, how can I govern democratically? It's not possible. Yeah. So that's why let's just allow the process, the constitution of APC to flow where there are no document is perfect, but the core part of that document is create fair process for everybody. Let's allow that constitution to work. The 2022 March constitution. Let's allow it to work. Let's stop undermining it or sabotaging it.
That's a poignant appeal from a reformist, a liberal-minded man, and you can't get better than that, because anybody when they ask for an open process, of course, we need to understand what did that exactly mean. An open process, a transparent process. And ladies and gentlemen, we had Amidu. Tomorrow, they ask for tuning. Of course, we'll begin warm up to the platform later. So we get roughly between the two platforms, then we get about 70 people watching, because we live stream them into 2 different platforms. But many thanks for watching to all. Tomorrow we get Emmanuel Rising Stone, and we get Supermed, Mohammed Kamara. They will be on the program. Very interesting program. One is pro, the other one is con. You can't have it better than that. Thank you very much. Amidu, many thanks. Okay. I'll see you again shortly. Really appreciate your time.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, Famulem, until you catch me again on my next video. Thank you very much, and I say goodbye for now.